Introducing Traffic Buddy, an AI-powered platform for environmental sustainability, user equity, and customer convenience. So one of the major issues that many metropolitan cities like Beijing, New Delhi, Rome, and Paris are facing is air pollution, and it's largely due to industry carbon emissions, overpopulation, and most of all, traffic. So for example, the air quality index for New Delhi is 176 USAQI, which is deemed extremely unhealthy by organizations like the WHO. While we may be oblivious to this in the West because we are considerably less densely populated, it's actually responsible for high rates of emphysema, lung cancer, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease for millions and millions of people.
In an attempt to combat this, the governments have implemented the current system called the road space rationing, which provides a schedule on which days of the week a person can drive depending on the last digit of their license plate. This system is largely unjust, inconvenient, and inefficient. One person may be contributing to climate change more by driving their car a greater amount of times compared to another person, but both have the same traffic time. Also, a person may need to drive their car on a certain day, for example, for like an appointment, but their schedule does not allow it, as it happens to be on a day when all license plates cannot drive. Another important point to bring up nowadays is many people have found ways to get around the system, for example, by attaining another license plate. The inconvenience and inefficiency of this system is what inspired Traffic Buddy to come to life.
Traffic Buddy uses AI and machine learning system that uses PM 2.5 sensors to determine the concentration of pollutants in the air. PM 2.5 is one of the worst pollutants out there, and that's why we track it. Using this data, it provides a schedule based on the user preferences and the predicted PM 2.5 levels. It also takes into account previous patterns of emissions and based off of the user's previous carbon footprint. So let's do a little demo.
Here's a prototype of the web application of Traffic Buddy. So here's a login page and or registration page. First, we can click register here. Here you can put all your information. So your first name, your last name, date of birth, email, password, license plate, and phone number. Then you can click register here, and you're ready to log in.
And that brings you to the dashboard. So most likely the first thing you're going to want to see is your weekly schedule, so you know when you can drive. Over here, we've got the drive day list. So this is going to be calibrated by intelligent AI, which is based off of, your past driving schedule and your past history of emissions. But let's say something comes up. Say you have a dentist appointment on Tuesday and normally you wouldn't need to drive that day. Well, there's no reason to cancel like you would in the old system. Instead, you just go to request drive day, select Tuesday, and voila, the machine has changed it up for you, and now you can go to your appointment, no problem.
Next is weekly emissions. Here is a graph of basically how much the user contributed to climate change. You can see the days of the week and how much they contributed in kg.
Okay, so now that we've seen what this app can do right now, let's talk about what our plans for Traffic Buddy are in the upcoming years.
So the next step for Traffic Buddy is to refine the prototype by actually implementing the system in small cities with high population and air pollution. We will use the feedback and data provided from the system to improve and overall see how effective the system actually is. We would start with cities with higher GDPA per capita, as they have the resources to execute the system.
Overall, we believe Traffic Buddy is the solution to having a system that is both eco-friendly but also user-friendly, because in the future, it's really important that we're not only stewards of the environment, but stewards of society as a whole and provide a system that is equitable and fair to everyone. So yeah, introducing Traffic Buddy.